I knew you were going to do that,
Sir,
my lady.
stop calling me a lady.
I just think that's the appropriate thing when one gestures to grab his hat.
Okay, but a lady's
I
not
know,
in
but
here.
I'm just not. I'm not looking at you like you a lady or something. I just think, you know, when I see someone do that, you're supposed to go, my lady.
Okay, but you can look in the
Yeah.
camera and do it because there's, I'm sure, a lot of women
Yes.
watching.
I'm sorry.
That would take that obligement.
My lady.
Gentlemen.
Cora from Canada.
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 Cora from Canada.
The polite country.
She sent us a book because she's so polite.
Yeah.
The book is called
I think it's Your Life After Death.
Your Life After Death.
Yeah.
It looks like an interesting book. I probably read about 6 lines and thought to myself, I can't read this in bed. I am falling asleep.
Yeah.
So
That's it. But see, that's the thing about books, man. You got to be up,
I have to be up.
well
Right.
rested, and so you can get in there.
And the best time for me to read a book, believe it or not, is when I'm listening back on some tracks that we created.
Right.
And I just sit there and I kind of meditate out with that in the background.
Yeah, you're like scoring your
I'm scoring the book when I
scoring the
read
book.
it.
Yeah.
And it helps me, you know, imagine what this person is writing, you know.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense to you, Cora.
Yeah, but we will read this book.
Yes, we will.
It is right up our alley.
I like to read Neville Goddard.
Yeah.
Maybe you should look at Neville Goddard.
Right.
Any one of his books are really good.
Yeah.
Eckhart Tolle, The Awakening.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This guy,
Yeah.
he got me on this book.
That'd be me. He's pointing to me. I'm the guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
What's another good book?
You know, I've been into like a lot of Peter Fenwick.
Oh, okay, yeah, Peter Fenwick.
Yeah.
He's another
He's an author, but he studies the
NDEs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he takes it a little further. Like he likes to get bedside and
Right. He's actually talking to people before they actually pass away.
not necessarily, but he's getting like stories from people that from like the spouse or the sibling, and they're giving him stories, you know, of what they encountered before their loved one passes away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we saw a documentary on Peter Fenwick.
Yeah, and I just can't remember the book that I have now, the title right off the bat, but I'm sure it'll come to me later.
If not, don't worry.
Yeah.
The editor will handle it.
Yeah, she will.
Also, Cap J17.
Mm-hmm.
He would like us to go in a little bit about what got us here.
Yeah.
A little bit of our past and
Yeah.
some backstory.
Yeah, he wants the backstory.
Right. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah. You are asking a great deal.
You are
of us,
asking,
sir.
you don't know what kind of can of worms you just forced open.
A bag of monkeys that will come out the sack.
Right.
Oh, and the emblem.
Well, that's what he was asking too.
Yeah.
Like,
Our emblem
what
for
does the
podcast.
emblem mean? So I don't even know where to start. This is going to be taking turns left and right. You see what you did, Mr. Cap?
This is all your creation, sir.
You did this. So the symbol means life, present, and journey. So it has its meaning to me. It has its meaning to him. Just with those 3 words, I think you can sum up where we are or what we're getting at. And I kind of like to leave the mystery for the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, what is your life purpose? Are you living in the present? And what journey are you taking through this?
Yeah. The symbol is actually for all the viewers that watch. It's all of our life story.
Right.
I like to think.
Right.
So you can interpret it as you will.
Life circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashley, comment that. What's it mean to you?
Yeah.
Everybody. What does it mean to you?
Exactly. It's what it's for.
Right.
And as far as backstory, Cap, oh man, look, grew up in the 80s in South Central Los Angeles. We got into a variety of stuff.
Right.
You know, horses was a big thing, racing dirt bikes, and we became EMTs. We moved on to become these, I would like to think, great horsemen, you know,
Right.
farriers or horseshoer, if you will, for layman's. I dived off and I got into the law enforcement world, but at the same time, we were always musicians throughout our course of growing up.
Right.
You know, and so we kind of split apart.
Yeah. At one point, we were living in Wyoming, and
this was the first time we ever
Right.
split apart.
well, no, it's not the first time, because you left when I lived in Long Beach. You fell madly in love with some woman and
Yes.
moved to Indiana.
Yeah, but it only lasted 6 months.
Right. I like to think he couldn't stand the separation.
And that was a big part of it. But I couldn't bring myself to tell him.
Yeah. And when he left, I got a brand new 4-stroke YZ Yamaha, and that's when 4-strokes was just making its way out, and I was rubbing it in, and he was like, "Well."
Yeah, I had to come back on those merits too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we moved to Wyoming. We both did some intern work there with some vets, shoeing some horses. They were teaching us knowledge. We were teaching them some knowledge. Learned how to read x-rays better. And we just troubleshoot our way through a bunch of horses.
Yeah.
He got back into law enforcement while we were doing that. Things didn't turn out the way we would have liked them to in Wyoming.
Right.
So we had to separate.
And go chase the dreams.
Yeah. Well, not really chase the dreams, but we had to do what we had to do
Right.
to put us in the position we are in now.
Yeah. I mean, it was still us chasing something that we always wanted to do
Right.
and see out.
I had to move to Washington State. My brother moved to Ohio.
Yeah.
And, we were separated for 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And those were the roughest 2.5 years of my life. I can't speak for him.
Well, it was the roughest
Right.
for me too.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Well,
man?
I like to give you your own mind every now and then.
What's the same?
You do want your own mind.
I have my own mind. But
Okay.
the agendas are the same, my good sir.
They are. But, I like to just make it seem like you have your own mind. Anyways, we were separated for about 2 years. He come out to visit shortly after of living in Washington for about 2 years. He flew out.
Let me tell you something about this trip when I flew out, okay? I flew out there with a toothache.
Yeah, you did.
And I had this toothache, I want to say a week prior to my flight.
Right.
Okay, so I just thought it was a normal toothache and I'm just taking ibuprofen, right? I'm on a plane, I'm dealing with it. I get to Washington. They pick me up from the airport. I'm still in pain. I'm up that whole night. And normally a dude would be jet lagged and tired and ready to,
Right.
get some adequate sleep. My mouth was on fire the whole night. So I remember waking up that morning.
I knew it was bad because I could not sleep. I'm like, what's going on with my brother's mouth?
Yeah. So I wake up that morning and I go, oh no, we can't deal with this.
Right. Not my whole time here visiting.
Right. And only had planned 5 days or so.
Yeah.
I think
5 days.
I planned 5 days. Okay. I get up, I talk to him and I said, I need a dentist.
Right.
Okay. So we find one of the only guys in Gig Harbor that was open
Right.
24/7. So we get there. He doesn't even he took a quick x-ray and he told me my wisdom tooth was shattered. And I thought to myself, God bless America.
Right.
Pull it out right now.
I don't know how you was dealing with that pain.
And he said the same thing. He asked, sir, you must have been in great pain or still in great pain. How have you been dealing with this?
Right.
I didn't know. So the procedure I thought was going to take like an hour or so.
Right.
He shoots me up with the Novocaine. And I don't even think he waited until it kicked in. He got the forceps or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And he just yanked it right on out.
Yoink.
And the pressure that was relieved, I instantly felt better.
Right.
I thought to myself, I'll never do that again, man.
Yeah. Why wait so long?
So $700 later, okay, Washington already stuck me up
Right.
for 700 bills.
And you couldn't really enjoy.
And I couldn't
the
enjoy
time.
shit. I couldn't enjoy the food I was planning on coming to eat.
Right.
So I had to extend my stay.
Yeah. You extended that stay like
14 days.
Yeah, you
almost.
did.
It was 2 weeks.
I was so glad you did it too.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, you really need to hear what I'm doing music wise.
Oh man. So we got into the music,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm missing so much.
Right. But not only that, he came over and said, hey man, I really want to do a podcast. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, how are we going to do that?
Yeah.
Because I'm investing all of this money into the music
Right.
and trying to get this sound right.
Right.
You know, especially based off of the ear ringing and, you know,
The NDE.
the NDE. Like, we need to focus in on this. But he was like, man, we
was
got to do this
adamant.
podcast.
Yeah.
Like, people would love to see.
I think I had just came off the Jeff Mars podcast.
Right.
And then I was like, there's something pushing me to tell our story, because there's going to be so many people that are going to gain wisdom from it. And not only wisdom, but the fact that they may not be alone and that somebody else is going through the
Right.
same thing.
I was highly against this whole podcast.
Yes, he was.
I am not going to lie.
Yes, he was. But we got him, America.
Because people instantly want to judge, and they instantly want to put you in a box, in a category. And I myself, I cannot be in a box.
Yeah.
I cannot be in a category.
But I had explained to him,
I'm a free beast.
you can't live your life worried about what other people think.
No.
It doesn't compute to me. Not for the roller coaster that I went on. I saw it was way much bigger than that.
Right.
And I had to instill it in this guy.
You know how hard it is to keep these wild ideas trapped in here?
Oh no, do tell.
It's wild.
Oh, we know it is.
Yeah. Oh, well, you guys get a glimpse.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no one's judged me so far.
Yeah. So anyways, Cap.
But they're out there with their beady eyes. Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyways, Cap. I'm in Ohio. Oh, so I fly back, right?
When he flew back,
It was
Cap,
a heartbreaking moment.
heart-wrenching. When I dropped him off, I was like, hold back the tears. I was like, Simply Red, Holden, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Do you wanna,
copyrighted.
yeah, well, oh yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah.
just drive him to the airport. I looked at the wife and I was just like,
Yeah. Here come the waterworks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my whole flight back was a bummer.
Oh, just dropping you off at the airport, man,
Yeah.
it was the worst.
So I fly back to Ohio, and my mind is like, well, I guess the wife and I, we can like get a Delta car. We can add up some frequent flyer miles, and we're just going to be doing this back and forth. This is going to be the way it is
Right.
for the foreseeable future.
Right.
But
My wife on the way back,
yeah,
she was watching me drive and she was like eyeballing me hard. She was like, oh, he's about to break down.
yeah,
He's gonna break.
he's going to lose his shit right here.
And I never broke.
Right.
You know, I broke mentally, but I never broke.
So
That's when she knew.
yeah. And before I tell when I got the phone call, you better put the finishing touches on it as what you guys had planned, and I had no idea.
Well, no, you were saying, your wife was saying what to you? This is going to be your life. You're going to have to just travel.
We were just trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Like, we're going to get a Delta card, and we're just going to, pawn hop.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that's what you guys were thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we couldn't move.
So you must have went back to Ohio with this somber look
Yeah.
on your
Yeah.
face.
It was, even before the trip, we were talking about
Oh, okay.
planning it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So my wife looked at me. I'm going to tell you, Cap, when the old wife looks at me and she sees the old sadness creeping upon the dude,
yeah.
she knew then we have to do something about this. So she was like, okay, look.
Yeah, but you had already planned this before
We have, but we knew we had to expedite the plan.
Yeah.
So she goes, okay, you're going to shoe as many horses as you can physically stand.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to save all of your money and not spend it.
Right.
Which was hard.
Right.
That's when we really started to find out how much we were, how much money we were wasting per se. And then she was like, I'm going to take whatever I make, put it in savings as well, and keep us afloat.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so what do we do? She's like, we just need to look for a house or rent something.
Back it away some, because you loud. There you go.
So we need to get a, is that better?
That's a lot better, because you get
excited.
and you get loud.
Cap did this, man.
Damn,
I
Cap.
want him to hear the story. He got to be in this.
Yeah, well, Cap need to get his ass out here and make sure you don't get close to that microphone.
Was that better?
That's better.
Okay. So we started looking for a house, somewhere to rent, anything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are we looking for a house or something to rent, but it's in the times where you really shouldn't be trying to buy a house because everything's going crazy post-pandemic.
Right.
Right? So first house we saw was 50 minutes away from his doorstep in Ohio. And it didn't work out. Things fell through. Second house we saw worked perfect. Hour and 30 minutes away from the dude's doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
And we went a whole year without telling this guy
Yes, they did.
that this was the plan.
A whole whopping year.
The only people that knew this were the wife and I and a realtor and
A good buddy,
a
Nick
good,
from
yes,
a good buddy, Nick from Sweetwater.
yes. And I don't even know how he kept that in. I don't even know how he knew which twin he was talking to over the phone.
Right.
But he was able to keep the secret. So February of 2022? Yes.
Yeah.
February of 2022. It was a long-awaited adventure.
Mm-hmm.
We snuck in to Indiana. And as soon as we got here, we said, okay, now how do we tell him we're here?
Right.
And how do we get him here the same day, or if not the next day, once we tell him?
Right.
And so we should have videotaped this.
We should have. But a little backstory to that. His wife, she does payroll for the movie industry. Okay. And it's not uncommon for her to leave her job and maybe go on site to these said movies.
Right.
So she tells me, hey, I'll be in Indiana. They're going to be doing the Field of Dreams 2. And I'm gullible enough to believe this.
Right.
So I go, okay, we'll just pick you up
Right.
when you get to Indiana. Hell, it's only an hour and 30 from me,
Right.
That was not the case.
It was not.
Onward.
So he's thinking, okay, she's out here for business. I'm going to visit with her. So the wife takes her phone and she video calls my brother. This was on a Friday.
Yeah, while I'm driving.
While he's driving, by the way. And she goes, hey, I'm here. And I see his face and he goes, oh, okay. So, we'll figure out when we're going to come pick you up and hang out.
Yeah.
And then she takes the camera and she slowly pans towards the dog,
Right.
the truck,
Yeah.
and then me.
Right.
And then you were thinking what?
Yeah. I thought, oh, yeah, they must have just drove out and he's there with her. He just, I'm going to tag along for moral support.
Right.
Right.
That was not the case.
That was totally not the case.
Yeah. The wife was like, surprise, we live in Indiana now.
Yeah. And then my reaction was, no, you're not. I don't believe this shit.
Yeah. And she goes, well, here's the truck. Here's the dog. Here's some of the things in the garage. You believe it now?
Yeah.
And that's when he come unglued, people.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost lost my shit driving. Like I almost got into an
Right.
accident. The wife was like, holy dear God, You're driving. You
Right.
can't lose your mind right
Yeah.
now. We're almost to the store.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
I saw your reaction.
Yeah.
You was like, oh, what? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy, friend.
It was crazy as hell.
Right. You guys came out the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in this new home. They come out the next day, help us unpack.
Right.
And the podcasting kept popping up again.
It did.
And I'm like, man, you're not letting this go.
I'm not.
So we had to save up for the camera, the microphone, and whatever else we needed to do this.
Oh, we traded in some stuff.
We traded in a lot of music equipment to get
a
here.
whole bunch of equipment.
We also lost income on my side.
Right.
Because here I am. I used to be a farrier, and now I've saved up only so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a bunch of bills to pay.
Like everybody else.
Like everybody else. And we're like, and I'm thinking in my mind, this better be worth it.
Yeah.
You know? Turns out I like doing it. I mean, there's a few things we left out, but hey, you know, how much information can a guy give?
Cap, don't go looking for all this information. I
Right.
see what you're doing.
Right. We gave you enough, just enough.
Yeah. So fast forward to the present. Here we are,
Right.
inviting you into our studio.
Yeah. And you know what? Having the podcast is giving an opportunity to use some of the footage for the live gig.
Right.
And we got something special lined up
Yeah,
too.
we do.
As soon as we can get this music in to copyrights,
Mm-hmm.
we plan on going out in the field with a bunch of this equipment and doing some special things for the viewers.
Yeah. Like
You know?
some sunrise jam session or something.
Right. Or maybe some sunset jam sessions.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Just so you guys can see what we're doing.
Right. You know, we got to find a way to get the projector out there too.
Yeah.
But
Who else? We got something
Yeah.
else on that list.
What else we got here?
I just want to thank a lot of you for.
Oh yeah, the comments.
I want to thank a lot of you for commenting. We've been reading them. They all been positive, and we are so thankful that you guys are engaging with us and that you like the content. That means a lot to us.
Right. I know we're not the Jeff Mars show, but when I want to go watch an NDE experience,
Right.
I'll go to Jeff's podcast and get that.
Right.
We will have people on here, tons of people that will like to share those type of things, but we also have a lot of people that like to share other things, and we like to meet strangers and get a different perspective on life. So we don't offer the same as Jeff's podcast, but we do like to, you know, if you're coming here, I hope you come here knowing you're going to laugh. We're going to touch on a lot of things people really don't touch on.
Right.
And we're going to be lighthearted about it.
Yeah. Which, if you're still here, you already know what we know.
Right.
And what we do.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to them damn monkeys.
Right. And if you're here, you know we don't like to be in any category, and we're free thinkers. And, you know, our biggest thing is to leave color, leave categories, and leave these boxes that we keep ourselves in out of the picture.
Yeah.
We want to talk to people that when we approach them, it's a clean slate, just a genuine conversation. And damn it, we like to tell jokes. And yeah, we got dry humor.
Yeah.
One of the comments said,
What did she say? It was deadpan?
Yeah,
humor?
deadpan humor.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
how that sounds.
I like thirsty comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
I do know. I like my comedy to be thirsty,
Well,
parched. Look, maybe I don't like it too thirsty, but damn it, I like it parched.
yeah.
But that kind of wraps up some of the lingering stuff that was out there that we noticed. I am reading all of the comments.
He is.
The channel is too young for me not to read all of the comments.
True. And in the making of this podcast, we are at like 300 subscribers.
Right.
We only been a month or so over of doing this, and it at least tells me that we're doing something right.
Right. I like to think we're on track.
Are we on track?
I like to think though that we're not for everybody and we have our own deal.
Yeah.
You know?
And
if you subscribe,
I was gonna say,
then you got the same deal.
Yeah. And then give us some topics you want us to go in on.
Right. I really want to interview all of the subscribers. There's no
Right.
reason for you guys not to just hop on the Zoom
Because I bet you got some stories.
and talk to us.
I damn sure bet you all have stories.
Right. Give us a different perspective on life. I want to know different things.
Yeah.
Human sharpen human.
Yeah.
Y'all know how crazy I think.
Yeah, but how crazy do you guys think?
We've got a lot of podcasts that we've already filmed, and you know, they're a little wild.
A little.
They are a little
They're
wild.
downright crazy. But they'll have you thinking. And
Right.
the whole point is to keep people thinking.
A little bit more about us. Let's see. We are diving into, you know, transcending music.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I listen to on YouTube? Let's start with that. I like Abraham Hicks.
I like Abraham Hicks too.
Abraham Hicks is a woman that, you know, she should have her own spot on Fox in the morning or something, or CNN or something. Like it's just, it has to be a Abraham Hicks show.
Right.
Because I feel like she puts things in perspective for me.
Right.
And a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if you could turn the channel and or just turn your TV on,
Right.
put it on the Abraham Hicks channel, you'd wake up knowing that positivity would be shooting your direction in no
Right.
time. And
Right.
you just wake up with that fresh start of just, I'm going to tackle life,
Right.
grab it by the horns, and get after it.
She could put any negative situation that
Right.
you're currently going through.
And flip it for the best.
Yeah. She'll make it positive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having me thinking, what the hell was I thinking?
Right.
I love that woman. Abraham Hicks, I hope the universe finds you to watch this one episode and be
Yeah.
like, you're welcome.
I listen to her and I go, man, I don't like the situation that I'm in.
Right.
You know, it doesn't sit well with me. So what do? I change up the chair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If something doesn't sit well with you, change up the damn chair.
Musical chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows how to just put things in perspective.
Yeah. I've been into a lot of this musician. His name is RyX.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to a lot of RyX.
Yeah.
Now, the guy is lovey-dovey, right?
Yeah.
A lot of his music is lovey-dovey, but it makes me feel good.
Right.
I like the atmosphere it puts me in.
Yeah.
You know?
It puts me in a meditative field of light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Alan Watts.
Yeah, I like Alan
I listen
Watts,
to
too.
Alan Watts.
Yeah.
You know, Alan Watts is a guy that he's out there.
Yeah, he's a deep thinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I like playing my music, and then, you know, I'll get the Bluetooth going, and then I'll go to YouTube and play Alan Watts with no music in the background.
Right.
And I'll just have Alan just talking the whole damn time
Yeah.
while playing music.
While creating.
Right.
Keeps you going.
Keeps me going,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, Alan Watts is the man. Abraham Hicks and Alan Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody commented. Did somebody comment they were wanting to purchase a picture or a poster?
I don't know.
Because we got dead space back there.
I know somebody wanted to donate a picture back here.
Right.
Right behind you.
Yeah. If you guys can think of anything we should put behind us, let us know that too.
Yeah.
Let's decorate this place. It's a fairly new place. My brother and I, with a 70-year-old man, built this place.
Yeah.
In the dead of winter.
Yeah. Should we get a lava lamp? I thought about a lava
I think
lamp.
everybody has a lava lamp.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get a picture of like some monkeys back there.
Oh.
You know?
That.
Yeah.
Jesus. A monkey would be
Monkeys.
great.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough about us.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Shoot them off the hip if you got a lot of thoughting going on out there.
I do all the thoughting in here.
Like the channel.
Subscribe.
Ring the bell.
Y'all notice I haven't been talking about sugar lately?
Yeah, he's kind of over the hurdle.
I've kicked the sugar thing.
And the Patreon is up.
Yeah.
Feel free to donate to the Patreon. It helps us keep pushing the whip.
The dry humor.
The shenanigans.
The thirsty humor.